One. Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, Great Southern Bank and the Missouri State Highway Patrol remind us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. This segment brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Grant Baker in Aurora. And we're staying here a little bit closer to town. We've been all over the state here over the past few weeks, but right here at Kickapoo. And welcome to the show, Kickapoo Chiefs head football coach Nate Thomas. Coach Thomas, thanks so much for your time today.
I appreciate you having us on, Guy.
Coach, 1-2 start, but you played probably two of the best teams in the conference and were very competitive. A lot you can take out of the first 3 weeks of this season.
Absolutely. Those two teams that we played between Camdenton and Lebanon, to go from one end of the spectrum of them throwing it every down in Camdenton and then have to defend the flex bone and what Lebanon had up front. We knew it was going to be a tall task, but I was really proud of our guys. They competed. We feel like we've gotten better each week and just trying to stay true to that growth mindset that we talk to our guys all the time about.
I'm looking at your roster, and you the numbers are tremendous there at Kickapoo. And I don't know, do you have that many lockers and helmets? How do you fit all those guys in?
We've had to do something new this year. There's 134 guys right now, and so we've had to take our freshmen and peel them off, and they're in their own locker room now, where usually our visitors and our fall baseball guys dress. So we've kind of separated it, and Josh and the rest of SPS have done a good job of getting us all the equipment we need to get these guys taken care of.
Coach, 4 weeks into it, you've got Parkview now, who's kind of struggling a little bit. But what are some things you guys that, as a coaching staff, you feel like the Chiefs are doing really well right now this early in the season?
We've talked, we got a young football team. We went into week 1 with 9 guys taking their first varsity snaps and 5 sophomores playing with us. So it's a process right now of them. They're having to relearn a lot of things that are learned for the first time. Some things that we've taken for granted with a team like we had last year with as many seniors as we had. And it's just them getting used to the expectations around here. And what we've done is, I think we've done a good job of getting our athletes the ball out in space. Obviously, did that last week with Zaide. But the flip side of that, with Zaide going for 201, I think we still rushed for almost 200 yards on top of it. So just given kind of what the defense gives us and continue with that going forward.
Well, outside of Zaide, who we'll visit with here in just a moment, but who's playing really well for you right now that's maybe stepped into a role that maybe they haven't had before?
Kylan Maven's our quarterback. Being just a sophomore, that's tough at any level. But when you talk about the Ozark Conference in a Class 6 school for a sophomore to step in and be asked to do what we ask him to do, he's done a good job of kind of settling in here and understand what we need out of him. Obviously, that showed last week, had a big game. And then Chance Nelson has done a great job last week at running back, kind of shouldering that load. We lost one of our other running backs to Lebanon to a hip pointer. And then defensively, Anderson Underwood, I think, is kind of our anchor over there. We rely on him a lot, makes all the calls in the back half, does a great job for us. So those are 3 guys that have done a tremendous job these first 3 weeks.
And we're visiting with Kickapoo Chiefs head football coach Nate Thomas on our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week segment here. And alongside, you've got our Athlete of the Week, Zaide Lowery. You mentioned 201 yards receiving a week ago and 3 touchdowns. What's special about this young man? He's a junior, for one thing. She'll get to have him for another year.
Yeah, it is. The cool part was, I think only one of his touchdown catches was a kind of a, it was a fade. The rest of them he caught short and was able to outrun some people. We ask him to do a lot of what he does on the basketball court. Go win in man-to-man. When it's time to go up and get about football, he's able to go do that. He's a special talent for us that we've kind of, I keep saying it, we've cracked the code here of getting some basketball guys out with us. And, I think this is going to pay huge dividends going forward, having a guy like him being a top 100 recruit in the country for basketball. That I think there's going to be a lot of people that start taking notice of. He's a pretty good receiver too.
Yeah, you've got a young man down at Nixa doing the same thing, has decided to come out. But Zaide, first off, on behalf of Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks and Great Southern Bank, congratulations, male athlete of the week for week 3. And what are your thoughts as you look back at that game? Obviously, every one of those touchdowns you needed, 39-35. Take us through that game from your standpoint.
Really, it was just more of us coming out and playing together. And when one thing didn't work, then we had to try another thing. And our defense really did what they could do. But when our offense got on the field, we was able to figure out what we needed to do to score, win the game.
As you come to the line of scrimmage, what are some things that you have to pay particular attention to? Are you looking where maybe the safety is, if he's in the middle of the field, if it's too deep, or if you're man up? And if you've seen a lot of man under zone where you're kind of maybe trying to double cover you, because if you haven't, you're gonna.
So when they do double coverage, I really just try to pass off the first man and then run off the second man. So then that opens up our run game if they still have their eyes on me.
Yeah. As you go back through that game, were you aware of the yards that you were piling up? I mean, over 200 yards receiving, that's a big day.
Not really. I mean, I was just more focused on me being able to get the ball and get it in the end zone.
Yeah. And how long have you been playing football? And did you play last year?
Yes, sir. I played last year. I've been playing since first grade, 8th grade, I think, or 6th grade. I dislocated my elbow, and after that, I didn't want to play football anymore. But then when I got to high school, Coach Thomas talked me into playing football.
Yeah. Well, you're having a tremendous year, and as you look back at this game, 39-35, never were able to get comfortable in this contest. So what's your mind thought and the mind thought of the team going up against a good Waynesville team? Very athletic. They had an athlete of the week here just a couple weeks ago. What are your thoughts during the game? How are you keeping your teammates motivated?
Really just hyping them up, and I have to make sure everybody stays locked in and focused so we can come out with the win.
Yeah. As you look forward now, you got Parkview at home coming up this weekend, and we'll throw this to Coach Thomas here first. What are some things that you guys, the Chiefs, are going to have to do to come out on top on this game this weekend in week 4?
I think number one is we're going to have to protect the football. Didn't do a very good job of that last week. We had 4 turnovers. We just got to protect football without a doubt. Try to come out on top of the turnover ratio, and then just limit their big plays. They've got a couple great athletes over there. Caden Burke's number one. He's the one pulling the trigger at quarterback. Their running back is a really solid football player that's hard to bring down, runs really hard, of just making them keep snapping it. That's kind of our motto on defense is sooner or later, hopefully, they're going to make a mistake, but we just got to keep making them snap it. No 1-2 play drives where they score, of just keeping our offense out on the field and trying to get our D back off the field as fast as we can.
And going back to Zaide, as you head into this, every year when the football schedules come out, the softball, volleyball, I always go through the schedules and kind of mark games that, hey, I'd like to be at, or I'd like to see this contest because of what I do. Are there games when you get your schedule that you look forward to playing?
Glendale for sure. They're our biggest rival right now. They've been for a long time now.
Yeah. I probably could have answered that myself, but I wanted you to give you an opportunity here. But everybody healthy, Coach? You guys, as you go into week 4, you mentioned a running back got dinged up a little bit, but outside of that, you guys in pretty good shape?
Keep your fingers crossed, knock on wood. Yeah, we haven't had any huge injuries so far. So, we're rolling healthy going in here into week 4.
Well, and Zaide, once again, Congratulations on behalf of Great Southern Bank and the Chevy dealers of the Ozarks. Male athlete of the week here for week 3, 201 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns. And we hope to get to visit with you guys again soon. And good luck.
Hey, guy, thanks for having us on.
Hey, you bet. You're listening to the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Talk to you soon.